just got into the CLE53, but let me just first of all adjust the seat, because it's always like a bit tricky if someone else drove the car. You have to like find your correct position. And first thing we have to do is open the roof, because it's summer. Like why did you not leave it open first? Just quickly, as we are stopping by my parents' house, would you look at that? What a stance, what a road presence as well. These are gonna be a fun couple of days, if you ask me. Alright, so this is it, the brand new CLE53, spec'd in a lovely color, some lovely rims as well. We're gonna run you through some of the key features of this car, because I mean, we're not here for the boring reviews, are we? What was my first impression of this car is that they advertise it as an entry-level AMG, but with like the panorama grille, the brute styling with this air intake, which is actually functional. We take a look at that in a second. It doesn't feel like one. It really feels like, to me, this is styled like a 63 version, but then with a 6-cylinder under the hood, which these days a 6-cylinder is better than a 4-cylinder, right? To me, it feels like a proper AMG, but there's one important detail that we'll take a look at right now, and that's under the bonnet. So underneath here, you can of course properly see the engine, but there is no one engine plaque, which makes me wonder, is it an AMG or not? As I said earlier, here is the fully functional air vent, which makes the air go right through. Carbon, some more carbon on the side lip, and then if you can see it because of my driving, but there's some more carbon. We'll jump in the car and then we'll go for a little ride. Whoa, damn, you don't have small legs, do you? And then you can hop in as well, and then we'll go for a little spin. Let me start this up and get the wheels straight, because otherwise we'll drive right into the ditch. First things first, if we want to maneuver out of here, we can actually see on the screen here, if you can look through my dusty fingers, at what angle the rear axle is turned at the moment. So if you then go into reverse, yeah, that's the camera. There you see like it's now turned at 2.5 degrees, and then you straighten the steering wheel, and then 0 degrees. And as soon as you turn, whoop, there it is again. So that's such a cool feature to see actually that the rear wheels are doing something, and that you also know during sporty driving, for example, like what exactly is the car doing at the moment to give me the best possible driving experience. And that's something that is quite unique. Well done, Mercedes, or AMG should I say. Something else really nice is the subtle pops that AMG has, because still either you buy this car to like hit corners like we just showed you, or to just be a cool guy. And you can be a cool guy if you, for example, shift down to first, and then there's the pop, 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 pop. And then you're so antisocial, as well your neighbors, as well everyone else that you see on the road will hate you. Lovely, right? And just as we were waiting in front of the traffic lights here, this is such a handy feature, traffic light view. Like it literally allows you to just look at the screen instead of like bending over and we're being like, oh, when is it gonna turn green? It's those little features that I will now get used to and then miss a lot when I'm back in my own car. Oh, the pops, the pops. Okay, thank you, truck, thank you a lot. As I was actually like kind of preparing this little video review, I was thinking about reasons why I could recommend this car and why people should buy this AMG, and I found one valid reason, and it is so you can easily queue onto the highway. I did not cut off any people, and I was very efficient and fast. Yeah, so that's a very handy shortcut. And since the guy behind the camera is a good friend of mine that actually works at Mercedes, he knows 10 times more than I do. And yeah, that's one of the things that I always forget when I step into the car, is to turn off like the... So we're now gonna go to a small place where we can test out some other things I prepared. So I prepared two things. One of the two is the race start, and then I'll just show the little procedure you have to do. So you have to put it into race mode. Then you have to make sure that it is in manual mode. So you can select that on the AMG dynamic selector here. Yes, M, manual. And then all you have to do apparently is put your foot on the brake and then floor the accelerator. Then it makes a little noise. And then it just makes you very, very scared. Okay, so no hesitation, just hit it, huh? Sound-wise, there's not much to it, at least like drama, and when the car passes by, it's like a blue bullet that just flies by. Sound-wise, not much to it, really not much to it. Inside the car, there's a lot of boosted sound, a lot of artificial sound. Now enough playing, I'll make him stop. So we did part one, and the second idea I had actually involves the little book down there, if you can grab it. No, it's in the door, sorry, in the door sills.
Okay.
Hey, I prepared myself, thank you. And on the little book it says CLE Coupé, and that's a lot of Dutch words that no one understands apart from Dutch people. Basically just the manual from the car, but then the AMG part from the manual. In the little book we will read this small chapter today, and that's to activate the drift mode. And to activate the drift mode you have to go through certain steps, and we'll do that right now. So you have to deactivate the ESP, oh, it was already deactivated, okay. Then we will activate the race program, yes, that's active. The engine hood should be closed, I presume we closed it correctly. Then the car should be started, yes. The transmission should be on a good temperature, and thanks to the handy AMG menus you can easily check whether it's on a good temperature or not. So everything is on a good temperature right now. The transmission has to be in manual mode. Wow, so many steps. If I just want to drift, is this all I have to do? Manual mode, and then you have to press both pedals simultaneously, apparently, just like that. Drift mode, confirm, pedal up. This is so cool. Drift mode, active. Unfortunately, we have not yet found a place to practice this drift mode. So it's very handy to make U-turns actually. After we did that little U-turn, my overall thoughts of the driving experience of this car is that it's very planted to the ground, of course. In that sense it does feel like a real AMG. Only the engine might feel a bit dull at sometimes, because I feel like they didn't get the true potential from it. I mean, or not the full potential, but it feels very well balanced. It feels almost too perfect, too good, let's say. And also in corners, even at low speeds like we're driving right now, the rear wheel steering helps you so much with the turning radius, and just the feeling the car gives you, the vibe from the six-cylinder, it all adds up to this very almost perfect feeling driving experience. And I must say, during summer this is an ideal performance car to drive around with for sure. Sadly we now have to bring it back. You will be missed, AMG. Bye bye. Je retourne une voiture de presse. G-Wagon. I like. Let's quickly check out some of the new AMG stuff that's there. Just around the corner, a Maybach. Wow, this looks impressive. Ward actually tested this already from car journalism. The one impressive thing I find is the rear wing. Wow, so huge. What looks like a very cool livery on this one. Okay, so I conclude that this was a fairly successful day of filming, drift, U-turning, and a bit of reviewing the CLE. Thank you very much, cameraman. Yeah, I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye, AMG.